What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to talk about what's happening with Tesla so far as we're seeing the share price a little bit up in the after hours. But whether or not this continues will depend a lot on what happens during the earnings calls. So we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But I want to break down some important information. Let me first remind you that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. Anyways, what's going on with Tesla? So in the after hours, Tesla got this nice little push up to about 157 a share. It cooled off a bit. Now we're still testing 155 as resistance. And we're kind of in this range for now. But remember, guys, this move doesn't matter as much because what's going to matter more is the earnings call. Whatever Tesla announces for guidance and such will be much more important. So we'll just have to see how that ends up going. But the reason why Tesla is kind of performing like this is because we got some interesting quarterly updates. The first thing about EPS and revenues, they missed on earnings. They missed on revenue. It was about 21.3 billion, below the 22 billion expectation. And then their EPS was about 45 cents. That is below the estimation of 51 cents. We're also seeing this all over the headlines as they're missing expectations. There's a lot of news about this so far. And because they're below most of the financial estimates and such, it's not the best of news for them. We also saw their revenue below that, and it is what it is. But some things that were kind of good is that they mentioned that they increased their AI training compute by more than 130% in Q1, which is pretty good for them. We know AI is something that the market loves. So that's what happened so far. We have the chart right over here, by the way. There's this chart right here that shows you how their EPS and revenue were looking. So right here, in terms of EPS, they came a little bit below expectations. Same thing with revenue. We have it right over here being reported by investing.com. Tesla came just a little bit short, but just remember that earnings are not everything for the share price. It's also going to depend on what happens with other things that are coming out. So, with that being said, Tesla's talking about the acceleration of new models, but their earnings are not the best. Guidance is what's going to be very key during this call. We have a lot of data that came out for their financial reports. I'm not going to go over everything right now. I'm going to focus more on this in the next video. But for now, there's been a lot of pressure on them. Things have been very difficult with a lot of conflicts around the world. Not to mention things that are going on with their raw materials, making things a lot more difficult for supply chains. Despite that, their operations are showing more increases in AI training, and they produced over 1,000 Cybertrucks in a single week in April. So we're looking at some good pieces of data over here. But overall, once again, guys, their services and other revenue were a little bit weak compared to before. Other things are not in the best of places from the way I'm looking at it. Operating expenses have decreased just slightly when it comes to their overall procedures. But in my personal opinion, not necessarily in the best of places in terms of their margins. Operating margins are only about 5.5%, so some things are not that great for them. We'll see if they could kind of increase that or do anything else to really offset that. Profitability was reduced a little bit as well. We have lower costs and things like this. And once again, guys, I'll go over more about this a little bit later on, but this is what the overall report is showing so far. But so far, not the worst for Tesla. I know they missed on EPS and revenue, but the question is, how can Tesla offset this? Are they going to be announcing that they're going to be increasing their capacities for their vehicles? Are they going to be producing more cars? Are they going to be making some very, very strong announcements for guidance? Is something about to come out? Because if something comes out, the share price could still soar despite them missing on EPS and revenue. And if we don't really wow investors enough, we could be seeing this turn into like a big bull trap where Tesla starts sinking back down. All right. So once again, don't worry about the share price right now. Let's wait for the earnings call. The earnings call is supposed to start at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see how things go, at least from here on out. I'll be very, very patient in the process. Can't wait to see what they end up announcing during their call. And it's going to be very important for the company. So get ready for their earnings call. That's going to be very important. It starts in just about an hour from now. So I can't wait to see what they announce, and I'll go over more details about this. So far, there's not a whole lot said about guidance. We are seeing some talk about their AI development, but guidance is going to be key, and we'll have to see what happens by then. So, with that being said, this is your quick report, at least for data. We have one more hour left, and then we'll see what happens during their call. After the call finishes, that's when I'll release another video and give you guys a summary about it. And that's pretty much it for now. All right. So, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys very soon in a couple of hours. We'll see what happens during the call. It's going to be very, very long, a little bit tedious. So, just get ready and do what you have to do, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. Good luck and peace out.